All right, hello parents. Welcome to the 2020 version of Parent Open House / Curriculum Night here at Hoffman Estates High School. My name is Mr. McGann, and I am your student's teacher for finance and investing class during the first semester here. A little bit about myself. First off, there's some contact information for you that I will share again at the end of this presentation, but the best way to reach me is email. But I have a phone number there, which you can leave a voicemail or a message. I can return your call. So I've been at Hoffman a long time. This is my 20th year. Seems crazy. So I've had a few years at other buildings outside of District 211. So this is my 23rd year overall, but a majority obviously here in District 211, which has been fantastic. I received a degree in finance from Eastern Illinois University and briefly worked in the stock market before entering the education world, which leads to why I'm teaching this class in finance and investing. I also teach the consumer ed class that's required to graduate, as well as accounting. So that's my specialty, those areas. I enjoy it, and I hope the kids enjoy it. It's accounting and finance. Definitely always going to be a field with career demand. As far as teaching online, so way back when District 211 became a one-to-one district, meaning that students would receive an iPad, 5 teachers in each of the high schools were selected to kind of pilot the program, and I was one of those 5 at Hoffman. So using different online tools and apps and all that is something I've been doing for 10 plus years. So this transition for me has actually been very smooth. As far as our expectations in this environment for the students, obviously being on time is important. Taking attendance is probably the most difficult part of my job right now. I like to do it as the kids enter the waiting room in the Zoom call, and then kind of let them in after I mark down on a piece of paper that they're there. So once we get started with the class and we're talking and whatever, to stop and let kids in from the waiting room gets a little tedious. So being on time is important. I do encourage them to be on camera. Some of them love being on camera, many do not, but it is optional. I do ask them maybe for a minute or two in the beginning, just so I can say hello, see their face. But after that, it's up to them. I understand there's privacy issues and lots of other reasons, so I get it. I do ask them though to be engaged and work together as a group. Okay, so I can't be there and see them all in this environment. So to log into Zoom and then head outside and shoot baskets, I wouldn't know, right? So I tell them to be self-accountable, right? So they need to be engaged and listening when they're getting instruction and we're talking. And then also when they're given time to work independently, all right? What do you do when nobody's looking? That's what I'm kind of getting at here. I encourage them to communicate with me, lots of different ways they can. Many are very open to asking questions out loud when we're together on the Zoom call. There's also a chat window if they really don't want to use their voice. We have a class remind group that they can use. They can certainly always email me. All right, and then I ask them to use this opportunity to grow. Right, there's gonna be lots of things that pop up, whether it's an internet issue, a Zoom issue, who knows what, but just try to be a problem solver and use it as an opportunity to grow a little bit. Typically we say hello, take attendance. In this class, the kids are already in one contest where they were given $100,000 to invest. So we typically do an update of who's in the lead for that and any other current financial news. Most recently, we've talked about the potential sale of TikTok to an American company. That's kind of being held up with some government intervention right now. And other things like Tesla and Apple stock both just went through a split. So other current things. There's lots of stuff. I encourage them to pay attention to financial news. Maybe just log into cnbc.com in the morning to see what's going on. And then we introduce what we're going to be doing that day. Okay, right now the kids are learning about the different financial markets, how to read a stock quote, the difference between the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange. And I give them time to work, right? I don't want to lecture at them for an hour. So we get work time, I stay on the call, students can leave as long as they're back by the designated time. And then typically with about 15 minutes to go in the class, we come back together and we'll recap, discuss, summarize what we worked on. And then we typically end with an exit question to end the class. As I mentioned, there's a growing demand for finance majors, accounting majors. It's not going away. It's only going to increase. All right, so hopefully we spark an interest here that might lead to a career down the road. We have several dozens of students from my past 20 years that are very successful in both the finance industry as well as CPAs in the major accounting firms. So right now, we've already discussed kind of the overview of what finance means and the concept of time value of money. Okay, money sitting still on your kitchen table or under your bed is actually losing value every day. So it's got to be put to use. It's got to be put to work to keep up. Right now, we're talking about, like I said, the different financial markets that are out there, the purpose of the financial market. We've gone over the IPO process, what it means when a company goes public, and the different roles those markets play in our lives, and the difference between the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ. And today we spent time learning some of the numbers, not all of them yet, that you see when you pull up a stock quote. We do get into some investing strategies, whether you're a conservative, a little more of a risk taker, how much time you have, if you're looking for dividends, things like that, different strategies are out there. The basics of stock trading. Okay, so investing and trading are two very different things. So we do get into some trading. Okay, so some of the different orders that are out there, some of the different techniques for short-term trading as opposed to long-term investing. Then we get into what we call options. So call options, put options, those are advanced trading strategies. So, excuse me, kids love this though. It's extremely risky when, well, it's not always risky, but options, calls, puts definitely are exciting. Let's put it that way, they're volatile. So the students generally like, once they can wrap their brain around what they are, they generally enjoy that. And then we move into the other extreme, the not so volatile world of mutual funds and ETFs. And then we end with a unit on financial planning. Okay, so what would we advise different people in different stages of life as far as financial needs, retirement needs, insurance needs, things like that. All right, their grade is made up primarily with the work we do every day. We do take, I want to say maybe 7 tests during the semester, so that factors in. They can turn in work for a unit up until we take a test for that unit, and they're well aware of that. After that, a special circumstance would be needed to continue to turn in work. And then there are academic supports available, whether it's with me or any other teacher in any of their classes. Some might be remote, getting extra tutoring in the afternoon, or if necessary or possible, to actually get in the building for some extra help. All right, so that is an overview of what we're doing in our class. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. There again is my contact information. Please let me know if there's anything that I can do to help. And enjoy the rest of your videos.